I don't want kids. And let me just, depending on what day you ask me, I do. Right? I have a lovely niece and nephew. I love them so, so, so much. But I don't think people take into consideration the amount of work it takes to have kids, right? And then it's also frustrating to see my friends having kids right now, and they're not in the best possible situations. And sometimes you could even be in the best possible situations and and things still not work out. Right? I pretty much watched my mom raise me by herself. Single mom. My dad was in and out. We had a custody order. I only saw him on Wednesdays and every other weekend. And then I think by the time I was like 13, 14, I was like, I don't want to kick it with this nigga. I don't want to see my dad. I'm like, we kicking it, and I feel like it felt like an obligation more than like something he wanted to do. Now, if you let him tell it, my mom took him to court, and he took my mom to court, which is in the documents, right? I watched my mom do this, and the other thing is, like, by the grace of God, I had a village. My mom had a village. I had plenty of people picking me up places, dropping me off places. I was in a reading program. I was in a math program. I was in swimming lessons. I was in all kinds of after-school activities. And you need a village. And outside of needing a village, you cannot control what your kids do. You can do your best to put them in the right programs and teach them and guide them and help them make decisions and help them think for themselves. But they're still going to do what they want to do. This lady had made a TikTok video, and she said you can do everything right for your kids and they still make their own choices. It was a lady, and she had two brothers. One of them committed, and the other one OD'd from substance abuse. And you cannot control these things. These are completely out of your control, right? And then I grew up, I had an aunt who had a daughter, and she had like a mental disability. And like, I don't know that I would be prepared for any of this to happen. And you're not going to be prepared. But I don't know that I could endure this, right? As somebody that's physically alive right now, I don't know. I don't want to start crying. I don't know that I could take that. I don't know. Because I saw my mom do it alone, I have zero desire to be a single parent. I have zero desire to do it alone. I don't want anybody to have to experience what I went through as a kid. I don't want to bring you into this world knowing that I can't give you the best possible outcome in every way, shape, or form, and you don't get to decide what your kids do. I do a little substances here and there, nothing crazy, and my mom's like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Most of my mom's side of the family is addicted. My mom is the only one that's not on something. My great-grandmother, the reason why we're here in California, she never did anything. But she was also raped at 13. And you literally are not in control of what people do. You don't have any idea what your kids are doing when they go places. I worked at the Boys and Girls Club. Kids act out when their parents are not around. They act insane. Okay? And there's just so much that is out of your control. There's Nolan Wells case, and you think that you can trust your friends. You think that you can trust these people's parents, and you don't know. And you can get the ring and you can get married and you can be with somebody that you think that loves you and that you love them and that you guys are going to be together forever. And it may not work out. And you want to have a 2-parent household and everything doesn't always work out that way. There's just so much that is out of your control when it comes to having a kid, and you can love them so much. And you want to protect them, and you want them to make right decisions, and you want all of these things for your kids, but you are literally not in control of what they do and the choices that they make for themselves and the people that they hang around. And you can tell somebody those aren't your friends. You shouldn't do that. You know, God forbid your kid gets in a car accident. Your kid has health issues. I think of stuff like this. What their blood type might be. I used to have an eating disorder, like, growing up. I used to not eat a lot. Or I would binge eat. You literally are not in control. And I think being essayed when I was younger, I think going to court from a young age, having to deal with that, watching my mom be in an abusive relationship, having family that's on drugs, like, people have had it far worse. But you literally are not in control. And I cannot fathom the idea of bringing a kid into this world. And I am not certain that you're going to have the best possible outcome. That the person that I decide to be with wants you too. Wants to be with you, wants to make sure you're okay and that you're safe and that we put you in a good school and that you go to a good program and that you make good decisions, that you have the right friends and that you don't drink and drive and that you call me if you need anything or you're at a party or whatever the case. You literally are not in control of it. So why would I bring a child? And then the economy. I feel like my generation was like the last generation to grow up without a cell phone. I have a very traditional family. Like, most of them don't have social media. Most of them barely use it. They don't post much. I can't fathom bringing a kid into this world under the circumstances. You can live on the farm and things happen. You can be off the grid, no cell phone, no technology, and things happen. You can live in the best city, in the best state, in the best part of the country, in the best part of the world, and things happen. And people are like, oh, have kids. And it's like, you are literally responsible for somebody for the remainder of their life, the remainder of your life. When you decide to be a parent, you are on call for the rest of your life. You do not get to decide that you do not want to be here. You do not get to decide that you don't want to show up for me. You do not get to decide that you don't want to be a parent. When they turn 18 does not mean anything. When they hit 21 does not mean anything. I be asking my mom for help sometimes and she'd be like, you're an adult, you know what to do. No, I didn't, because if I knew, I wouldn't be asking you for help. You are a parent for the rest of your life. You don't get to opt out. You don't get to quit this position that you hired yourself to be in. I'm very pro-choice. But me, personally, I cannot willingly bring somebody in to this world knowing how things are. Knowing about, like, food scarcity. Knowing about homelessness. Knowing about the economy. The president that we currently have right now. I think of every single thing, and knowing how my life was and currently is at this moment. And even still, even if I was in better situations and better circumstances, and I had the best job and I was making six figures, you are still not in control. And God forbid, there's a war. God forbid a bomb comes. God forbid anything happens that is out of my control for me to protect this child that I just brought into this world. I would lose my mind. I understand why and how women feel like this is your baby, you have to protect them. I get it. But I willingly cannot bring somebody into this world knowing the circumstances that we are actively currently in right now. It does not make sense to me. And people are like, how are people having kids? I don't know how people are having kids. Like, we are in one of the most insane times. And I feel like as a 28-year-old, somebody born in 97, I feel like we keep going through shit. We keep living through stuff. And it's like, oh my God, like, how much more do we have to live through? And unfortunately, my great-grandma, God rest her soul, she would always say, like, just keep on living. Like, I have it tattooed on me in her handwriting. And it's like, I get it. I do get it. And it's like, oh my gosh. And this is like no shade to people that have kids. This isn't to bash anybody that has kids, but it's like, I truly cannot bring somebody in this world and knowing everything that's going on right now. And I can't give you the best possible outcome for the remainder of your life.